Everyone knows the name, Cleopatra, but almost everything people believe about her is wrong. She wasn't just a beautiful queen. She was one of the most intelligent and powerful rulers of the ancient world. This is the true story of Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt. Cleopatra VII was born in 69 BC into the powerful Ptolemaic dynasty, a royal family that had ruled Egypt for nearly 3 centuries, although she became the Queen of Egypt. Cleopatra was not ethnically Egyptian. She was of Greek Macedonian descent. Her family traced its origins to Ptolemy I, one of Alexander the Great's most trusted generals. After Alexander's death, Ptolemy took control of Egypt and founded a dynasty that ruled the kingdom for almost 300 years. Most Ptolemaic rulers spoke Greek, followed Greek traditions, and rarely connected with the Egyptian people. But Cleopatra was different. She became the first ruler of her dynasty to learn the Egyptian language. She embraced Egyptian customs, presented herself as the living goddess, Isis, and worked tirelessly to earn the trust of her people. From an early age, Cleopatra received an exceptional education. She studied philosophy, mathematics, astronomy, politics, and diplomacy. She also spoke several languages fluently, allowing her to speak directly with foreign rulers. A kingdom in crisis. When Cleopatra's father died in 51 BC, she inherited the throne at just 18 years old. But according to Egyptian tradition, she was forced to rule alongside her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, whom she was also expected to marry. The partnership quickly turned into a bitter struggle for power. As tensions grew, powerful advisors at the royal court convinced the young king to turn against Cleopatra. Soon, she was forced to flee Egypt, alone and surrounded by enemies. Cleopatra faced an impossible choice: accept exile or risk everything to reclaim her throne. She chose to fight. Meeting Julius Caesar. In 48 BC, Rome was consumed by civil war. Julius Caesar arrived in Egypt, pursuing his rival Pompey. Cleopatra saw an opportunity. She knew that without Rome's support, she would never reclaim her throne. According to ancient sources, she secretly entered the royal palace, hidden inside a rolled carpet or possibly a large linen sack, and was carried directly to Caesar's chambers. When the bundle was opened, Cleopatra stepped forward, confident, fearless, determined to change her destiny. Caesar was impressed by her intelligence, courage, and political vision. An alliance was formed. With Rome now at her side, Cleopatra returned to power. But this alliance would change not only Egypt, it would change the history of the entire Roman world. Queen of Egypt. With Julius Caesar's support, Cleopatra reclaimed her throne. The civil war soon came to an end. Ptolemy XIII was defeated and drowned while fleeing across the Nile. Once again, Cleopatra became the undisputed ruler of Egypt. To strengthen her position, she gave birth to a son. His name was Caesarion. Many believed he was the son of Julius Caesar. Although Caesar never officially recognized him, the child became a powerful symbol of the alliance between Egypt and Rome. For a brief moment, Cleopatra's dream had become reality. Egypt was stable, and its queen had become one of the most influential rulers in the Mediterranean. But peace would not last forever. Mark Antony. After Julius Caesar's assassination, everything changed. Rome was once again consumed by political chaos. Among the men competing for power, one stood above the rest. Mark Antony, a brilliant general, and one of Caesar's closest allies. Antony summoned Cleopatra to the city of Tarsus. Instead of arriving as a humble queen, she appeared aboard a magnificent golden barge. Dressed as the goddess Isis, the meeting became legendary. What began as a political alliance soon turned into one of history's most famous relationships. Together, they dreamed of building a powerful Eastern empire. They had 3 children and ruled vast territories. But in Rome, a new enemy was rising: the fall of an empire. The growing power of Cleopatra and Mark Antony alarmed Rome. Octavian, the adopted son and heir of Julius Caesar, declared war. But he did not declare war on Antony. He declared war on Cleopatra. In 31 BC, their fleets met at the Battle of Actium. It became one of the most decisive naval battles in history. Outnumbered, Cleopatra's fleet turned and sailed for Egypt. Mark Antony followed her. Their armies collapsed. Their empire was finished. 1 year later, Octavian entered Alexandria. The last kingdom that had resisted Rome had fallen. The end of Cleopatra. After the defeat, everything fell apart. Believing that Cleopatra had died, Mark Antony took his own life. But Cleopatra was still alive. Soon, Octavian captured Alexandria. He planned to take Cleopatra to Rome as a symbol of his victory. She refused to live as a prisoner. In 30 BC, Cleopatra chose death. According to the most famous tradition, she allowed herself to be bitten by an Egyptian cobra. Other historians believe she may have taken poison instead. The truth will never be known. Soon after, Octavian ordered the execution of Caesarion. With his death, the Ptolemaic dynasty came to an end. Egypt became a province of Rome, but Cleopatra was never forgotten. More than 2,000 years later, her name still inspires books, films, and countless legends. She was far more than a legendary beauty. She was the last pharaoh of Egypt,